Disastrous beauty. Disastrous beauty. It's disastrous beauty. It's the way for me. It's disastrous beauty. Change up your look daily. Disastrous. It's disastrous beauty. It's the way for me. It's disastrous beauty, baby. It's disastrous beauty. Change up.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Disastrous Beauty, and I'm coming back with another video. This video I'm gonna be talking about these chompers, honey. Chompers, addressing the elephant, the new elephant in the room. I did not want to go ahead and start coming back with hair content without talking to you guys about these teeth and how I feel about them and what transition I am going through with them, because it's been a transition, child. It's a transition. I'm going through a lot of transitions, okay? I don't know what's going on, okay? But I'm going through a lot of transitions, and I didn't want to just come back and come to you guys with this going on and while I'm fixing the bottoms and just having a lot of stuff going on without addressing it. I have to address it. I have to address it, girl. I had to address it. So here we are. I'm just gonna talk about, you know, my experience with getting these dental implants and how I feel about them and all of that good stuff. And like I said, once again, just let you know what's going on in Chrissy land. So this is what's going on. If you are interested in my story, because it's not really gonna be a whole lot of medical details and all that stuff, because honey, I don't know, okay? This is not going to be that type of video. I'm just telling you my experience, basically. So if you are interested in that, then please continue to watch. But before you do, don't forget to like this video, because if you want to see more videos like this where I'm on here rambling and talking to you guys, I need you to like it so I can do it, okay? I will start doing more talking videos now, and just, you know, chit-chatting with you guys. But I know that you guys like these kind of videos by you guys liking it, and it also helps me get noticed in these YouTube streets, girl. And if you're not a subscribe, girl, click that subscribe button. It's not costing you not one red cent. Now let's get into this video. All right, you lovely people, so I am not gonna really give no intro right here. Normally I do, because I be scared that I'm not gonna do an intro. Child, if I didn't do an intro, I'm so sorry about it, but it is what it is. I hate having to, like, I just feel like I be doing a lot of repeating, so I don't want to do that with this video. Let me adjust my robe. Uno momento. Okay, so first, before I even get into this video, let me do a little housekeeping. For those of you who don't care about the housekeeping, look down below in the description box. I have chapters, okay? Because I know I ramble. I know some people don't want to hear the rambling. I get it, sis. You don't care what's going on with me. You just help whatever. I get it. That's why I got the chapters down there, okay? I do want to go ahead and say, I appreciate all the love and support that I had on my life update. If you guys have any questions about that, let me know. And I think I'll do a Q&A more so about the life update. There's a lot of comments so far. I actually just posted yesterday. So I've seen a lot of comments, and I don't think I can get through all of them. But if you do some questions, then I can do a Q&A sort of video about it. I know I gave you guys a lot at one time. So, but I appreciate all the love and support. It was a really hard video for me to do. That being said, this video is a little hard for me to do too. But I needed to do it before I came back with any other video, because it's different. Like, I look different, I'm talking different, and I need to address it. So let's get into these chompers in my mouth. They are chompers. Like, I feel like I'm on that doggy denture commercial. Do you guys remember the dog? Child, Chrissy, find the doggy denture commercial and insert it, because that's what I feel like right now, okay? Insert the doggy denture commercial.
Because 4 out of 5 dogs over the age of 3 develop oral care issues, like tartar buildup.
Okay, somewhere. The elephant in the room are these teeth, okay? Let me just first say, I did go ahead. There's nothing done to my bottom teeth. That's why they're yellow. And these teeth are white. And because they're so white, my bottom teeth look extra yellow. I still got to go back, get more work done down here. So you guys going to see videos with this contrast. It bothers me. I'm pretty sure it's going to bother other people, because it bothers me. And not to mention the spacing. All of that bothers me. You can tell me if you want to in the comments. It's fine. I am past that point. I always let myself heal mentally and physically before I get on camera and talk about anything, because That's just how you have to do when this is your job, okay? You just gotta steel yourself, okay? Steel yourself for battle, okay? I know a lot of you guys are supportive, but everybody is not supportive, and I am from a family of people that talk mad junk, okay? Mad junk. So I'm tougher than I appear, but I'm human, okay? So I wanted to make sure that I was okay, and we'll get into that in the video. But let's just get started, okay? Let's get started. Chapter 1. Okay, I'm gonna be doing my eyebrows while I talk about this, and I'm gonna give you guys as much information as I personally know. I don't know a whole lot. Let me just keep it honest. I knew that I needed my teeth fixed. That's basically what I went in there knowing. So the place that I went to get these, let me go ahead and tell you guys what I got. So what I have are dental implants, and I have they're typically called 4-in-1, but I actually have 6 implants. So I have the 6-in-1 on my top arch. So, but let's start from the beginning, okay? So back in May, I decided it's time to stop being embarrassed, because that's what really, after I had got a certain amount of money and was like, okay, I could actually afford to fix my mouth. There's still this level of embarrassment, especially when it comes to your teeth, which honestly, it doesn't make any sense, because if you are embarrassed, why not go and get it fixed? You know, you're not too embarrassed to walk around with your mouth like that. You know, I would say I'm a Virgo. I saw someone said, you will always know a Virgo, because one thing a Virgo gonna say is that I'm a Virgo, okay? Virgo season, honey. But I am a Virgo, so I'm very honest with myself. I may not be able to vocalize that honesty all the time, but I'm always honest. I keep it a buck with myself in my head. And those were the things that I was saying to myself. If you're so embarrassed, if you hate these so much, why have you not gone to fix the problem? But I was just too embarrassed to. Just too embarrassed. So finally, I was like, take charge of your life, Chrissy, and at least see what can be done to fix this problem. Because at this point, the problem is awful. It was awful, okay? My teeth were literally falling out of my mouth. I kid you not. And I have been on calcium and vitamin D every day since I had Journey. And it was still happening. I guess it just had been so much damage done at that point. I don't know. I'm not a dentist child. But so when I get there, I'm thinking, I'm going to tell this man, give me veneers. How you gonna put veneers when you ain't got no teeth? Where are you gonna put them? Where are you gonna put these veneers, child? You ain't got no teeth. But you know, that's just where my head was. I'm thinking I'm just gonna have to get veneers. And we did talk. When I went in there, he was very honest. And honestly, I like honest people. I do. I like blunt people. I like honest, blunt people. Because I don't need you to sugarcoat nothing for me. It might hurt my feelings. I might cry. I might cry later. But I prefer you to keep it a buck with me and me adjust to that than you sugarcoat. Don't sugarcoat with me. Like, I don't like it. I feel like I'm being BS. I don't like it. So even if it hurts my feelings, I would definitely prefer you to be honest with me than not. So he was very, very honest. And he said a lot of damage had been done. And my best bet was extraction. Well, obviously, okay, cool. I had already looked up dental implants, and I was like, I felt too young to have dentures. I just did. You know what I mean? And that's not me judging anybody with dentures, because I know people that had gum disease super young and have had dentures forever. I just didn't want them. I didn't want them. All I could picture was my granddad, and my granddad never had his dentures in right. They will always be falling out, and I was like, oh my God. It's one thing when you a 70-some-year-old man and that's the case. It's different when you a 30-some-year-old woman and your teeth falling out. You know what I mean? I just didn't want that. So he did tell me, you know, like, that is very expensive. He was honest. It's cheaper if you can go out the country. A lot cheaper. And had I been able to, I probably would have. But that's not my life. You know, I'm a single parent now. and my kids have school, and you know, all of that was just been too much work for me. So that's what I opted to get it done here in Alabama. And you can only imagine how much it is, because I'm in Alabama, child. Like, I did look and saw it's cheaper in Texas. I saw other places, but to me it was just, it's easier for me for the upkeep and the going back and forth to just, you know, stick to where I'm at. And that was just like, for me, it was the best option. So, but he was real honest with me. He told me it was expensive. He told me the process isn't easy. He mentioned I would have to only, I'll get into that in a minute. So anyways, I ended up, the place that I went to is called Aspen Dental. The dentist that I went to, he does own the Aspen Dental that I went to. I'm pretty sure it's like a franchise type thing, because there are plenty Aspen Dentals, but he don't own them all. So, but he did own the one that I was at, and he owns a few more in the Birmingham area. So, that's what I decided that I was gonna do. I decided it then. That's what I'm gonna do. So I ended up, what I had to do was take out a loan. I'm literally running around here with a car in my mouth. Like, that's how I feel. I have a car in my mouth. It's a car payment in my mouth, because I have to make payments on this. But it was worth it to me. And I know some people may think that's crazy. I maybe just should have just got dentures and called it a day. That was not what I wanted. And it not only covered my top teeth, but it's also covering the bottom. I haven't gotten started on the process for the bottom, but my loan covered both. So, yay me. So then it was a process. So the process was, I ended up freaking out and I kept missing other appointments. The kids were getting out for summer. They were having, Journey was having soccer games and graduations, and I got overwhelmed and I missed my appointment. So I ended up not going back for my impressions, and they did digital impressions. I ended up not getting those until July, actually. I did that, and I ended up having to go twice because the girl, they were digital impressions, and he didn't like how she had done it, so I had to go back and get that redone. I got cleaning on my bottom teeth done, and she told me, you know, like how to prevent having to lose those as well. So I did that, and then it was time to schedule. After they had done the impressions, it was time to schedule the surgery date. And so he gave me the option of either I could be put under, or I could do sedation pill and laughing gas. I don't like to be put under. Okay, so I was like, no ma'am. No, I don't want to be put under. I was so terrified of being put under when I had my breast reduction. I was like, no. So that was the next thing that I had to do. So after we did all of these different things, then the only thing that I had to do was wait on the lab to basically make what they call them, provisionals. If I'm saying it wrong, I'll put it somewhere on the screen. They had to make these, which are plastic teeth. They had to make these because these were what they're going to put in after they put in the implants. This is temporary, and I'll get more into that in a minute. So after that, then he scheduled my appointment. He gave me enough time after he scheduled the appointment, enough time to get my affairs in order, to have time to take off work. I had told him what I did. So obviously, I talk for a living, okay? Basically, I mean, I don't talk for a living, but I need to be able to talk. I need to be able to enunciate my words. So he wanted me to have enough time off and to get my affairs in order prior to the surgery date. So they called, they set it out for 2 weeks later, and the date that we ended up picking was like August the 30th, which was crazy. Or was it 29th? Let me see. It was last Monday. It was the 29th, which is crazy because when I got my breast reduction last year, it was like August 29th or 30th as well, which is so crazy to me. It's like I'm having a different surgery every year, but I'm doing all this stuff for me to make me better, like for me. You know what I mean? And I'm not doing it all at once, but I'm doing it all for me. And that's also a health thing. Obviously, your teeth really affect your health. You can have heart problems and all other issues, which is why I had got to the point where I got to get something done or I'm going to be dead. You know what I mean? Like, this is not just for cosmetic reasons. Obviously, choosing to get implants versus dentures was more of a cosmetic decision, but having to get my teeth fixed was for my health as well. So yeah, so that's what they scheduled it, and I was terrified. Okay, I was freaking terrified. I can't tell you guys how scared I was to get this surgery done. Mortified. So after that, I asked my cousin if she would be able to take me, because you cannot go and have this done without somebody being able to drive you home. So I asked my cousin would she be able to do it. I set up arrangements with Reggie and his parents to keep Journey for a few days, because he basically said that the time frame I would need would maybe be 2 or 3 days, just kind of to rest. But a lot of people, after they get implants, they go to work the next day. So I didn't think I would need too long, even though I was getting 6. So that's what we were doing. So the next thing I want to talk about is the day of surgery. The day of surgery. That's the next chapter. Chapter 2. Okay, so I go to get this surgery. I am terrified. It's set for 7 o'clock. Journey is not here, but EJ was. But, he was able to get on the bus, and my cousin, was able to come pick me up, and I leave to go get my surgery. And luckily for this, my kids, Journey was a little nervous. Juicy was less nervous, because I don't think he considered, just because it was in my mouth, he didn't consider it like a big surgery. But he normally gets scared anytime I get anything done, because he don't want to lose his mama. Okay, he can be in a panic about me getting anything done, which is why I'm like at the point where I'm like, I don't know if I need to get anything else done, although I did mention it. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, so my cousin takes me there. I had to go earlier before, since my surgery was on a Monday, I had to go on a Friday and pick up the meds that he had prescribed, because I had to take, he actually gave me a Valium to take the night before, and I guess that was just to make sure I slept and wasn't anxious about the surgery. It did help some. It did still take me a minute to go to sleep. I guess I was just still so anxious. And then I had to take I had 3 sedation pills, and I forgot what they were called, but I had to take those as well prior to one of them an hour before going to the office. So they opened at 7, and that's what time I got there. And they told me to tell my cousin, they expect to be there for a while. I brought her a blanket because she had not slept. She had sleeping problems, child. But, she was there to support me. And I love her for that. My little cousin Nisha. Y'all know Nisha? Say hey to Nisha. Shout out to Nisha. So I brought her a blanket, and I brought my boyfriend's pillow. His pillow is really, really comfortable. Everybody loves that pillow. So I brought her that as well. And they just kind of wanted her to stay there. She went in with me, but once they called me to the back, she was like, I'm going to go and sleep in my car, basically, which was fine. They knew where she was. If, anything happened, or if anything went wrong, they were going to be able to get her. So I go to the back. At this point, I'm a little high. Like that high where you just feel good. I'm just having surgery today. I'm just getting all of my teeth taken out the front. That's it. Nothing to see here. I'm just getting all my teeth pulled out of my head. Girl, what? And honestly, y'all, let me be honest. I kind of implied that I would only be getting some implants to people, because I was embarrassed that I had to get all my teeth taken out. And that's me being vulnerable with y'all. Granted, I do plan on still getting veneers at the bottom, but I didn't tell a lot of people that I had to get all my teeth pulled out, because it was embarrassing to me. It was like, oh God, you didn't take care of your teeth, you didn't do this, and I didn't. Like, let me just keep it a whole buck. I should have been going to the dentist often, every 6 months. The same way I take my kids to the dentist, I should have been going to the dentist and I wasn't. And it was because I was embarrassed. But I'm gonna live in my truth, baby. Okay? I'm gonna live in my truth and say it is what it is and tell you guys honestly what my reasoning was and why. That is why. So I wasn't honest with a lot of people until I got, the more I talked about it, the more comfortable I got with, this is what happened. This is what I gotta do. So even my boyfriend, I don't think he really knew what all I was getting done. He just knew I was getting implants. So I don't know why I went on that tangent, but I did want to throw that out there and say that that's how I felt. But at this point, child, I ain't care about all my teeth getting pulled out of my head. I'm high as a kite from that sedation pill. So I sit down, I go to the back, I sit down, and he what they use is laughing gas. What's the real word for laughing gas? Nitrous oxide, I think. Child, I know y'all like, girl, did you really go to nursing school or no? Or no, like, honey, where did all the nursing go? Whatever, child. They gave me that, and honestly, I don't really even remember the process of getting my teeth taken out. I was there, but I wasn't there. It was kind of like, I was high as a kite. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, when he got to the part where he started putting them screws into my mouth, and I don't know, maybe I can find a clip or something. I know you guys probably see the picture from the thumbnail of what the screws look like in my mouth covered up. Child, I'm getting screwed into my gums. Okay, you get bone grafting and the freaking screws screwed into your gums. Okay, after they pull out all your teeth. On top of that, he was supposed to then go on and put these in. Luckily, a part was missing. Luckily, because at that point, the stuff kept wearing off. Okay, and I was feeling, and I was like I was feeling stuff. I'm like, I don't want to feel nothing. I want to be here high. That's it. Don't nobody want to feel nobody screwing something into their mouth. So I was feeling some pain. Now, was it excruciatingly unbearable? No. But I didn't want to feel a thing. Period. Okay. So I kept saying, I feel it. And so he only actually was able to do the bone grafting and to get the screws in. And after that, he was like, I'm just going to let you come home. Go home, rest up. I don't want to give you any more because I'm scared your heart going to burst. Like, I am, at this point it had been, I went in at 7. This was probably like 10:30. Okay. And I was supposed to get the teeth put in, but he didn't do that day because something happened with the lab. But like I said, thank God he did, because at that point I was miserable and I was in pain. And child, my pain pills I think were at home, because he gave me a script for Norco and ibuprofen and amoxicillin. So what he did was he gave me 2 shots. He gave me a steroid shot in each arm, and he said a lot of his patients said that really helps. So honestly, okay, the car ride home, I was like, until she got me home. I got home and I took my Norco and I took my ibuprofen and I slept. And honestly, when I woke up, as long as I took, and honestly, to be honest with y'all, the ibuprofen helped way more than the Norco. Norcos tend to make me a little sick, a little nauseated. That's another thing. You cannot really eat with these things. These are plastic. And at that time, I didn't even have any teeth in my mouth. I had no teeth in the top, just screws that were covered, that were wrapped up with the gauze or whatever it was wrapped up in. Child, do I need to insert the picture so you can just see what my mouth was looking like? So, the only thing I could really eat was soup, and that's what I ate. And Norco, I don't know if that just wasn't enough, but it was still making me nauseated. So I preferred to just take, I had to obviously put something on my stomach because I had to take my antibiotics as well. I also want to mention with that sedation pill, I would take the first one an hour before surgery, and then I would take the other one once I was there. So once I got there, I took another one of the sedation pills on top of having the nitrous oxide and all that. So I want to throw that in there just in case, anybody was wondering. I don't know if anybody is planning on getting this. I feel like I'm doing a terrible job of telling you guys. I'm just trying to tell you what I got. I'm not super knowledgeable of what I got. I'm just telling you like my experience, and I feel like I'm kind of all over the place, but I hope you guys are getting the gist. And make sure you do your research. I'm not a professional. I'm just telling you guys my experience. So that's what I used, and honestly, I was pretty comfortable all day, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It wasn't like I expect. My sister's a dental hygienist. Child, the irony in that. My sister's a dental. She's in Florida though. Okay. My sister's a dental hygienist, and she kind of like freaked me out. Like she was like, "There's a process." I was thinking I was just gonna basically be miserable. But knowing my sister, she just meant, child, you won't be able to eat. Once again, we'll get into that. So, I get home. I don't have no teeth in the top. And mind you, if you watch my life update, my guy, I'm at the point now where I say boyfriend. That's bae. Okay. I had told him I was getting this done, and although we're not new at this point, we're still relatively new. And I had been told him, like almost from jump when I met him, after I had this surgery done, I don't want to see you for 2 weeks. I don't know you like that. Like, I don't want you to be around me bare mouth. But honestly, he was like, no, I'm coming. I'm taking care of you. And so he had already asked if I wanted him to take off work. I did not. I have a very, I have a village. Okay. I'm never worried about not having a village. I do. So I knew I would still have people that would want to take care of me. It turns out it wasn't that bad that I had to call family to come in. My daddy would be here, but it wasn't that bad of an experience. And after the doctor basically said it wasn't going to be that bad, I didn't want my dad to take off work and all that. And I didn't want him to take off work either. So he did ask though. And I love that he asked, but I didn't need him to. But as soon as he got off work, child, he was here. And I couldn't stop him from being here. He took care of me and, made sure Juicy was straight and all of the things. So that was good. And my grandma, I was able to talk to people at that time because, although I talked bare mouth, I still was able to talk. Okay. Because I ain't had the chompers in yet. So honestly, that was easier than when I got the teeth put in, which was going to happen the next day. I was able to take myself. I had to go to another location. I went to the TrustVille location to get the teeth put in. So they wanted to make sure that, I was there on time. They called me the next day. Child, I was going to be there with bells on because who finna walk around with no teeth? And that was another thing. He had mentioned that it was always going to be a possibility that the implants wouldn't take, and I would have to get regular dentures. So he did give me that. Like I said, the man is blunt. He was straight to the point. He was like, I need you to know there's still this possibility. So just get yourself mentally prepared for that. So anyways, I go to the TrustVille location, and he has the lab people there who are going to put the holes in the provisionals and make sure they're fitted a certain way and all that stuff and put them, and once they were fitted, he would screw them in. So my dentist screwed them in, but the lab person was there to make sure that they could fit. That was as long of a process as screwing them in. As getting the screws put in, believe it or not. I was like, what the crap? What the crap? But honestly, I did not need to be medicated for that. It didn't hurt. Every now and then it would be a little uncomfortable, like on the screws. Honestly, the lab person, when my dentist would do it and like put it in over the screws, because he had to make holes. He had to make holes in these so that, they could screw it in. When he was trying to adjust it to the screws, it would hurt. When my dentist would get it, it wouldn't hurt. So maybe it's just because, that ain't what he do. He lab person. He make the teeth, but child, he don't put the teeth in. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't know what he was doing, child, hurting me. But when my dentist would do it, it would not hurt. So that took a long time. He had to kind of go back and forth, trying to make sure that they could fit over the screws properly, all of that. And finally, And they ended up having to do, like, they're made out of acrylic. They had to cut this one here to put the screw in. So, but they ended up getting everything in. I didn't care about that. These are temporary teeth, okay? They're made out of acrylic, and they're chunky, and there's this space. Child, give me a minute. Let me wash my hands, okay? Now I'll show you guys the space. Okay, so there's the space. Well, I can't smile too hard. It's very denture right now. But they need that space there. That is so I can clean in between the teeth and my gums, and use the proxy brushes and make sure I keep that area clean. I got a story about that, child, because after I got these teeth put in, I was a wreck. I'm not gonna lie, but we getting there. So there's a space. These are just I have to keep these in for 3 months because they are made of just acrylic. I cannot eat. This is what my dentist told me. The cheapest plastic fork, the cheap plastic white forks, anything that I cannot cut with that, I cannot eat. Okay, if I cannot cut it with that, I cannot eat it. And you know what I've been basically doing? Eating soup. I've been eating soup. This is for 3 months. Okay, now I will say, honey, my birthday is coming up, and new boo and me planning on going out of town, honey, possibly, out the country, honey. Okay, so it's fine because I need to lose a little weight anyway. But honey, I've been hungry. Okay, you see people like it was just Labor Day. My folks grilled and everything, and I couldn't eat nothing. Shout out to my boyfriend's mama making me that macaroni. I can't eat that, honey. That been good. But I try not to even stay away from that because of the carbs. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to lose a little weight. I'm trying to be fine. But I digress. So they laid that out to me. They told me basically, be careful with these. This is a temporary thing. They told me how to clean it. I have a water pick that I use, and that space that's in between there. Don't smile too hard with these. These are temporaries. Like, you can't just, everybody gonna see it. You know what I mean? So they basically told me that. And on top of that, I couldn't talk right. Like, I felt like I was going to spit these things out any minute now. Like, I felt like my granddad, I was having flashbacks. Except these things are screwed in. So, that was that process. So, I'm be honest with y'all. Other than the lab tech not knowing, like, when he would put it in, it would hurt, like, all get out. That process, it was a long process, but it wasn't painful, and I wasn't in pain. Like I said, I drove there and I drove myself back, and that's like a 35 to 40 minute drive from my house. And I was fine as far as pain. So that was the process of getting these things put in. So now let's talk about how I felt. Honestly, y'all, they showed me what I looked like, and I just knew I would just be excited, even though I knew they were just temporary teeth. Oh, child, you trying to eat concealer. I knew they was temporary teeth. I didn't expect them to be perfect. Honey, I wanted to cry when I saw myself. Which is crazy, because I done walked around with this huge gap, all these spaces, missing teeth for years. And I wanted to cry at the straight teeth. And it just, they look chunky. My teeth and these teeth were different colors. I got the spaces down here. It was just like a huge contrast. And I was mortified. I'm like, oh my God. My job is to get on camera and talk to people. How am I gonna get on there like that? I had so many, girl, the emotions. Oh my God, I was a wreck. Driving home, I cried. I kept looking at myself in the rearview mirror. Girl, I was a wreck. I was like, I don't want to see my boyfriend. Oh my God, he's going to think I look terrible, blah, blah. On top of that, I couldn't talk. So, my biggest critic is Juicy. If I can make it past Juicy with anything, I'd be like, I'll be all right. If I can get past Juicy, I'm good. So, I was scared. I came straight in. Juicy had just gotten off the bus. I was like, I ain't talking. That's how I was talking. Like, he was like, I want to see. Child, I did not want him to see. I was scared. But I did end up letting him see. I had already been in the bathroom. I took some pictures, and the picture that you probably see in the thumbnail is the pictures that I had actually went and took in the bathroom. And so I let him see, and he was like, "You look like Steve Harvey." Steve Harvey Juicy. Then he was like, "But in a good way. In a good way." He was like, "You need the bottoms done." Obviously, I know I need the bottoms done. That was another one of my issues, that it was just such a huge contrast. But so when he said that, I was like, it made me feel a little better. Even though he said I look like Steve Harvey, he was like, not in a bad way. I think they look good, Mom. You look fine. It made me feel a little bit better. So that's when I kind of posted online, and I sent my boyfriend the picture. I sent my folks the pictures, and everybody was like, "Okay, cool." But in the picture, you can't see the bottoms. It's just, you know what I mean? You can see them a little bit, but you can't. So, like I said, the bottoms was one of my biggest issues, child. So, the days that followed, honey, I went through so many ups and downs, and I may insert the clip somewhere here. Hey, love bugs, it's your girl, Disastrous Beauty. 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 Oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm freaking out, like, bad. I would get in front of this camera in this spot that I am sitting right now and try to film and just start crying. I would get my phone and record myself talking and just start crying, like, how am I gonna do this? They're not gonna understand what I'm saying. I look so weird, blah blah blah. And I do. I'm sure I look weird to y'all talking to y'all now. It's something that you adjust to over time, but it is weird looking, especially with the big contrast. You know what I mean? So I was having those moments, and I remember telling my boyfriend, my grandma used to always say I was vain because she used to say I stayed in the mirror, but that's just because I like to do hair. I like to play in my hair and play in makeup and all that. But I've never actually really considered myself a vain person, but I don't think you realize how vain you are or aren't until something is different on your face. I spent my entire life, like, despite the fact that after I had kids that my teeth started falling out. I've always had a gap. I always had spaces in between my teeth. That's always been a thing. You don't realize, I didn't realize how vain I was and how used to me being me I was until that happened. And I was like, I didn't want to show my face in public. I did not want to see my boyfriend, which is crazy because I saw him with no teeth. How do you see somebody with no teeth and then you don't want to see them with teeth? That make sense, child. And y'all, I got the teeth put in. I got the surgery Monday. That Tuesday, I got the teeth put in. Wednesday, I think I cried all day. I did not allow my boyfriend to come over. I did not allow him to see me Tuesday, I don't think. No. I did FaceTime him, but I had the phone up. Like, I was a wreck by Wednesday. And Wednesday was the day that I was in there on camera every 5 seconds trying to figure out how am I going to continue to get on YouTube. Child, I'm going to have to go back to nursing. That's like really where my brain was. Like, I'm not going to be able to get on there. I'm not going to be able to talk to them. And I still couldn't talk. Like, it was like, because these teeth are chunky and completely different from anything I've ever had in my mouth. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. It was just a lot emotionally, and I didn't think about what that would, all I could think about was how it would look. I never thought about like what it would do to me mentally, how I would feel, how I would think. And I feel like the mental part of this was way harder than any of the physical stuff. The mental was I was a wreck, y'all. I was a wreck. Finally, I did allow my boyfriend to see me Wednesday night. Mind you, the same day I've been crying all day. Been a wreck, been crazy. Crazy. So I allowed him to come over. He came over, and at this point I was Journey and I were watching Home Alone. We were all chilling or whatever. And one thing about a Virgo is that they gonna tell you the truth, child. Now you remember I said I love truth. I like for you keep it a whole buck with me. Okay? So I told y'all I've been eating soup. I told you that they told me how I would need to clean this thing and how to use the water pick and all of that stuff. Well, I had broccoli soup earlier that day because I had only been eating like a can a day of soup because I just wasn't hungry. And yeah, so I had a can of broccoli and cheese soup, and I had used my water pick. I had done everything that they had told me to do, brush my teeth and all that after I ate, but it was still a little painful when I lifted up my lip, so I didn't get the water pick in there good. And apparently there was a bit of residual broccoli soup in there. Child, do you know this man told me my breath stank? Now, that being said, normal Christina is like, what? You know, and laugh it out like, child, hold on, let me go in there and brush my teeth. That's normal. That would be my normal reaction, okay? Me and this man have been talking for a while. We are pretty blunt with each other, and it's been fine. It's just been completely fine because we get each other, okay? Like one thing about me, and if I'm telling you something, I'm telling you so nobody else will tell you. You know, I'm telling you out of love. And normally when people tell me certain things, I take it that way. Normally, honey, this wasn't normal Chrissy. This is Chrissy that had been crying all day in front of the camera. And you told me my breath stank. You know what I did? Bust out crying. I went and brushed my teeth. Then I cried. Then I cried. And he was mortified, child. When I say the man was mortified, he was like, you can talk about me. Find something to say something about me. Like, I am so sorry. I did not expect you to cry. And it wasn't what he said. It just had already just been a process. You know what I mean? It already been you know what? Wrong time. It was not the time. It was not the time. He was like, I wanted to tell you so you know you would know like how to clean it and make sure you're not running around here with your breath stank. I still kiss you with your stinking breath. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't running around here with your stinking breath to other people. Word, I understood that. I get it. It was just not the time. You should have just said, did you leave a little broccoli in there or something? Not that, Chrissy, your breath stink. Like, no. No. So Wednesday was a bad day for me. It was a bad day for me, y'all. Okay, I was definitely in my bag. So then we get to Thursday, and I actually got out in public and around people and realized nobody was looking me dead in my mouth. Okay, they hadn't been looking me in my mouth with my missing teeth and chipped teeth and all that. Why would they be looking me in my mouth now? So after that, and the kids had a game Thursday night, so I had to go to the game and all of that stuff. And I had saw my mother-in-law, and she was like, you know, they look good. She also has teeth in her mouth. She had got implants. She got 2 put in. And, you know, she was like, they look good. This is just temporary. You know, they are chunky. They are uncomfortable. It's just temporary. It's just for 3 months. Like, and then you'll be getting your bottoms done. Everything is going to match. You know, everything's going to be fine. So after that, I was able to just kind of start feeling comfortable. Okay, I still hadn't seen my folks. And like I said, my folks are blunt. But I was starting to feel more and more comfortable. I had seen my boyfriend. I had seen my mother-in-law. I had been to the game and all that stuff. I was starting to be able to talk a little better. I still don't talk how I used to talk, but I'm getting there. And these are with the chunky teeth, okay? These are big chunky teeth. I know. I see them. I keep looking over here, looking at them. So, yeah, that has basically been that process. And do I regret them? No. No. I'm sure I'm gonna like the permanents way better. These they're not fun. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. These are not fun. I have to be very careful not to be somewhat skimming and grinning and showing everybody that I basically have denture screwed into my mouth. But but for the most part, I don't regret them. I needed them. I needed to take this step, and I took this step for me. And like I said, I don't regret them. And I think this is the most I've smiled in probably my life. Like I said, I always had a gap. I was always slightly self-conscious, not extremely self-conscious, but always aware that it was there. And so, yeah, it's an adjustment, but it's an adjustment that I had to do. And I wanted to make sure I came on here and talked to you guys. I was transparent about it before I just came with a wig review. Speaking of wigs, this one is RPG Show. The video is going to come out after this one, but once it does, I will have a link to it down below. Make sure you check it out because, honey, it is life. And yeah, I have implants. I have implants. I have the temporary ones in now, and that is that. And I wanted to just make sure I told you guys that because I don't never want to just pop up on here with something different without talking to y'all. So that is that. That was that process. Okay. And I will tell you guys more about that process as I go along with it. I got to go back in 2 weeks. We'll start on the bottom teeth and the bridges because I have to get bridges down here. And I want to do some whitening and at some point get veneers down here as well. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, that's basically everything. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup and come back with the outro. If you guys do have any other questions, let me know. I feel like this is kind of all over the place, and I just kind of want to just get it out the way and address the elephant in the room, like I said before I got back on camera. But if you have any questions, and if I have those answers, I will give them to you. But yeah, that is my dental implant story. So let me know down below if you have dental implants, whether it's the 6-in-1 or the 4-in-1 or just individual implants. Let me know down below, or let me know, you guys' dental stories in general. I am interested. Because like I said, now I'm on this walk, I'm learning, and I plan to now make better choices and decisions with my mouth. Because this was an expensive lesson, okay, y'all? So yeah, that's that. I'll be back with the outro. And so yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. Be right back. All right, y'all, so this is the finished look. Okay, RPG Show be coming through with the come through. They never disappoint. Okay, if you guys are interested in this unit, I'm pretty sure the video will be coming out shortly after this video. But like I said, I had to address my teeth and all of this stuff before I just came out with a video. That's confusion. Okay, I don't want no confusion. I want you guys to know what's going on over here in Chrissy's house. Okay, so I wanted to address it and let you guys know. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll answer anything that I can answer. Just let me know down below in the comments. I appreciate you guys so much. Once again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. I love you guys so much. Bye.